I'm Insomniac and welcome to my channel. It's Wednesday, August 3rd. I think it's just gone about 6 p.m. or so. A couple of things have happened this week, not really big things. What happened? Begin at the beginning. The doctor's surgery contacted me in regards to those like the pernicious anemia, or whatever it's called, or B12. I don't know the exact tests they're going to be doing. To be honest, I'm just grateful. I did mention the intrinsic factor as well when I spoke to her, or antibodies. So I'm not sure which of any of those things she's going to be testing for. I'll probably ask when I go to my blood test, but she booked it as a non-urgent blood test for, I think she said the 17th of she said something was to do with the 17th, maybe the 17th of August. Let me just double check. Check my calendar quickly. Is it 17th? Wait, no, I think it might be next week. No, is it? Oh, no. When is it? Oh, yeah, August the 17th, 11:30 in the morning. I'll have a non-urgent, non-fasting blood test. So at least that's booked in. So that's good. I also heard from the hospital they've booked me an outpatient appointment at kind of like a GP surgery. Some GP surgeries here have little specialties as well as sort of general practicing. So say for example my one, it can do ultrasounds and hearing tests and things like that, but this particular doctor's surgery that I've been referred to has a specialty in cardiology. So I've been referred to a cardiologist at this particular general practitioner's, which is, it's not far away. It's, a few towns across. So that's been booked. 17th or 19th of September. Oh wait, I've got the thing here. Oh, 7th of September. It's a good thing I've got all of these appointments written down, but actually, funny enough, I'm not sure I've actually wrote that one down on my calendar. I was just on the calendar. Let me just double check. September 7th. Oh, that is on there. Yeah, that's fine. Because usually what I do is the minute we get appointment letters through, like, either I'll put it on the calendar or my partner will put it on the calendar, but we use 2 calendars because I'm not very good at remembering things. So I've got a calendar that goes off with reminders on my phone, and I check my phone maybe 3 times a week just to see what's going to happen over the next few days, so I don't forget anything, although sometimes I still do. And then obviously my partner, he's got like a wall calendar near him, and any appointments and stuff he puts on that one as well. So if I forget, he'll remember because it's within sort of his line of sight, so he won't forget the appointment. So that's good. Need a cup of tea down me. Oh gosh, it is so hot, like ridiculously so. It's something stupid like 30 degrees at 6 p.m. at night. I don't know, and I don't want to know what it's going to be tonight, because if it's going to be this hot, I'm really going to struggle to sleep. I do anyway, but I'm going to struggle even more with it being that hot. The reason just in case anybody's wondering, because you can probably see daylight coming through the curtains because they aren't blackout ones, the reason I pull the curtains in my room is because the actual real sunlight just can make my eyes stream So I tend to pull those curtains and then just literally put on the ceiling light, because then I've got enough light in the room without the sunlight just making my eyes just water constantly. So that's why I do that. In case anybody was wondering, when it's daylight out there, why doesn't she just open her curtains? But so that's why. If I had the curtains open, I'd probably have to wear sunglasses. Yeah. Well, as you know, I usually get a tiny bit more energy around 6 p.m. A lot of the times I do the videos around 4, which is when my energy flags like even worse. It gets like really, really bad around that time. And then at about 6 p.m. until maybe 7, sort of half 5 to half 7 p.m, maybe 8, I'll get a little bit of an energy spurt, and then it's back to being tired and lethargic all over again. So yeah. A lot of people wonder how English people British people can drink tea and coffee on like a boiling hot day. You know, I don't know. It's just completely normal to me. It's as natural as in some countries where they have lots of spices and things like that. It will be a hot country. They'll eat spicy food. To me, it's exactly the same thing. You know, it's not alien to me at all. Although my dad was saying, if you go somewhere, I think it was Greece, he said he went, years and years, before I was even born, with my mum, and he said that she asked for a cup of tea out there, and they were looking at her all concerned, like, are you ill? Like, is everything okay? Are you unwell? I was like, no, yeah, I'm fine. Just like a cup of tea. Like, oh, in our country, we only drink tea if we're sick. Like, well, no, in our country, it's just the norm, really, for a lot of people. Not, I think the younger generations drink less. I think it's kind of switched over to coffee, like say with the generation before mine and prior to that. I think a lot of them switch over to coffee and latte and things like that instead, which is a bit of a shame. Like, tea drinkers, it's a dying breed. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, God. I was just like completely exhausted like last night. And ordinarily what I was doing for the longest time is if I woke up at 2, 3 in the morning, I'd feed the cats and then just stay up, and then maybe say 5, 6 in the morning I'd get a little bit tired, nap for about 40 minutes, and then I'd be up for the day. That would be my routine. Oh, sorry. Last night I was so exhausted, like I kept waking up. I think I woke 7 times according to my smartwatch thing. It says I got up and walking about 7 times last night. I don't remember waking up 7 times. I think I only remember 3 or 4. So some of that was probably sleepwalking. Yeah, 7 times I was up and about walking last night, but I was literally, every time I woke up, it was almost like being sick. You know, like where you're not well and you're a bit feverish, and what will happen is you'll be like in and out of consciousness. Like you'll wake up briefly and then just go straight back to sleep. But it felt like I spent a lot of the night doing that. Like my partner, it was worse for him. I don't think he got to sleep until gone 2, 3 in the morning. But with me, I got more sleep than that. But I honestly don't remember being up 7 times walking about, but according to that, like I was walking around for a good 10 minutes or at the least each of those times. So might have done a spot of sleepwalking. I don't know. I definitely don't remember 7 times at all. Yeah, like I said, 3, 4 maximum is what I remember getting up. Just trying to think. I think I said before, because I spoke about the psychiatrist, he'd said they didn't want to put me on any medication. I asked my partner, actually, funnily enough, if he felt that my mood was more stable, as in like mania, if that had gone. So I wasn't entirely sure, because I can still have a couple of like energy moments in the day, but that's what it feels like, a little bit of energy. It doesn't feel manic energy, if you know what I mean. It just feels like I wake up for a little bit more a couple of times a day. That kind of energy. I actually said to him, I was like, oh, what do you think? Because I told the psychiatrist that the rapid cycling stopped, but sometimes I get the energy and I'm not sure anymore. And he was like, no, you definitely seem, and that's the right word to use, seem. He said, you definitely seem as though you've calmed down, but only you know what goes on in that head of yours. And that's absolutely 100% fact. I said to him, well, it does feel like my brain has started to slow down, as in not 1,000,001 thoughts racing around continuously, and like just like pew, 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 like loads of neurons firing off constantly day and night, and constant chatter in my brain. That stopped mostly. I only have a tiny bit of that sometimes, but it's not even mania kind. I don't think. It's just more, my brain just doesn't shut up anyway, like really, but it's a calmer noise rather than mania noise, if that makes sense. I think the only people that truly understand that are people that do have mental health issues, and maybe people sort of like either not just got bipolar, but anybody who maybe schizophrenia or borderline personality. Those sort of groups will probably understand that a little bit more. It's difficult to explain, to be honest, but my mood has definitely calmed a lot more. I just feel so tired, and that's what I was going to say. I completely forgot. Let me just have this one little bit. Sorry. So this morning when I woke up, because I'd been in bed longer, because I was just like drifting in and out basically, and walking, that I don't even remember half of it. But I woke up, and like the way I sleep is like, say for example, I haven't got a pillow, but like say for example the pillow's there, I'll sleep sort of like, how do I sleep? Like that, with this hand sort of like that, or that underneath, like kind of supporting, kind of like that. And I woke up, that's the way I naturally sleep, I always have. And when I woke up this morning, and my hand, it was like literally like that. And I tried to move it a tiny bit like that. I was like, oh, it's so painful. And like, it was like sending pain like really bad. And literally for a good 10 minutes, I was just stuck like that. I couldn't move it at all. But it was more muscular. It wasn't, so at first I panicked, as anybody would in that situation. I was panicking like, oh no, like, I hope it's not the beginnings of arthritis or something. But it didn't feel like it was bone at all. It felt more sort of not because it's muscular. I don't know what the tissue's there. I don't know, but more carpal tunnel like pain than anything sort of arthritic, it felt like. But oh, that was horrible. For the same reason. Oh, sorry, Jesus. This is meant to be my wake time. Oh, but for some reason, I'm so sorry. I've forgotten. For some reason, no, it's just completely gone. What was I even talking about? I was talking about the sleeping, talking about the hand thing, talking about not arthritic pain, more carpal tunnel pain. That's it, yeah. So I thought for some weird reason, it felt like a Sunday. Like the last couple of days have felt like a Sunday, so I guess it confused me a little bit. And it wasn't until probably about 1-2 p.m. that I realised it was actually Wednesday. But then a little earlier I thought, oh, maybe it's Monday or Tuesday. I don't know where the hell my head's been today. Like, that little extra sleep but extra disturbances really messed me up. Like, I don't know where we are in the month or the day or the week. Like, it's a little bit messed up. Oh God, I am just absolutely exhausted. I can't think. Oh, sorry. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and probably get a bit of an early night tonight, probably. Maybe about, if I can try to manage. I can't have a nap at this time. It's far too late for a nap, because if I do, it will completely mess me up. So I think try and ride it out to maybe 10 to 8, 9 o'clock if I'm really good. Try and stay up till 9, and then just go to bed for a few hours then, and then I'll probably be up at like, what, sort of 10:30, 11, and then up, down, up, down, up, down, as usual. Although sometimes, even though I wake a lot, sometimes I don't actually go downstairs. I just try and get back to sleep as quickly as I can. But then other times I get restless, so I think, oh, I might as well just, have something to drink, or like, especially if I'm thirsty, I will. Or I think, oh, I'll just watch an episode of like anything that's on, like half an episode of like the thing with the, what's it called? Border control, those sorts of things. Like, sometimes that can be on in the middle of the night, or police things, or hospital things. Sometimes I don't even like 100% pay attention to it. It's just like just a little bit of background noise and something to focus on for 10-15 minutes, and then I just go back upstairs. And other times I just spend about 40 minutes kind of like with my eyes in the direction of the TV, taking in some of what's being said, but kind of zoning out at the same time. Yeah, sometimes I do that too. It just depends on the night, really. Because sometimes I wake up, like, say, 1, 2 in the morning. I think, well, I've got to feed the cats in like an hour and a half, so I might as well stay downstairs. And then sometimes for that bit of time, I'll put the telly on. Other times, I'll just put the telly on for a little bit and then like turn it off and then kind of doze sort of lightly until like half an hour, 40 minutes past. I'll probably make about 2 or 3 cups of tea and not drink any one of them, because I'll think, oh, I'll just rest my eyes for 10 minutes until it cools down a little bit, and then by then it's been 15 minutes, and then I woke up like that. So, oh, what's going on? So, oh, my tea. And then I'll go to bed and it's like ice cold. It's like, oh no, I can't drink that. I'll stretch my legs, make another cup of tea and have that instead. And it happened further 2 times. And then by then it's probably time to feed the cats. So, yeah. And then obviously if it's, like, say when the kids were at school, you can't go back to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, because if you go upstairs, you're just going to feel like absolute crap when you get up at sort of like 5:30, 6 to get the kids up. So what I do is I sometimes like just have a little nap on the sofa. But it'd be quite a disturbed nap, because obviously the cats are in and out, and like, so we've got a cat flap. And like, don't worry, like in the UK it's completely normal. Like, if you've got a back garden, you put a cat flap in and your cat is in and out half the night. Like, they just do what they want to do when they want to do it, and it's perfectly acceptable, because we've got a back garden. It's not big, but behind the garden there's like kind of like a field, quite a big field, farmland, and so I mean the cats enjoy chasing mice in the field 2 o'clock in the morning. And then like, obviously they'll jump up on me a couple of times, like meow in my face. Storm will, like, he was Dexter's son, Storm. So yeah, sometimes he'll like just like jump up on some like my tummy or my chest and like in my face, like wow. I was looking at me, big eyes, like really sweet. So yeah, he'll do that. And then like I said, what happened in the middle of the night, sort of like when it gets to sort of like 2:30ish, they'll all of them, like there's another 3 we've got, well 3, sorry, including Storm now, but there'll be 3 of them, they'll just be like there and there, like within a metre of one another, 2 metres of one another, in a little triangle, and they'll all be looking at me, and then every time I go or do a little sigh or something, they're all like waiting for me to say like ding dings. So they think I'm going to say it every time I go. It's just funny. They're funny. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to try and get a little bit of an early night tonight. Right, this video I think is going to be a little bit shorter because I'm just waffling on now. I'm not even going on about like health related stuff, I'm just waffling now. So yeah, right, I'm going to have another cup of tea, try to get through the rest of the day with this heat. Like, I don't know how people do it in hotter countries. Like, I suppose if their country's hot like almost all the time, I guess you'd kind of be more used to it than say we are here. But our country's like not to the extreme, but I mean like we can go from like minus something sometimes, or like 1 degree, and then like literally a few weeks later or like a month later, like sort of in the 20s or 30s. It's like crazy. And then like the winters will be really cold again. But that's the thing that annoys me, is like when I was a kid, winter, like you'd have snow every single year, whereas here when we get snow, like it's just so rubbish. Like there'll just be like some flakes of snow for like maybe 10 minutes, and then that's it, it's gone. It doesn't even settle half the time. And like we're lucky if it settles, you know, once every few years. It's terrible. Like it's a really crap winter. But even the rain's pathetic here. Like seriously, when I was younger, sometimes when it would rain, it could rain for an hour or more. It could rain for half a day. It was absolutely brilliant. I loved it. And like now, like you hear like the storm brewing a little bit, and then, you know, it's teeming down with rain for like 4 minutes, and then it's all over and done with. The storm's gone, the rain's gone, and it's like, really? Like we've had 4 or more days of like really hot weather and sunshine, and like we've just got that pathetic piddly little bit of rain. Now, I like proper like thunderstorms and like heavy rain. I like heavy rain. I don't think I'd like it as much if we were out all the time and I was walking everywhere and having to do things like, say, waiting for buses and, you know, dragging around, well, pushing around, you know, like a baby and a toddler in weather like that, you know, being out and about, stuck in it for a long time. I don't think I'd enjoy it quite as much. But yeah, I do. I prefer autumn's my favourite season, I would say, because you've still got a little bit of the warmth for a little while, and then it gets some more sort of like wintry, cold, crisp mornings. Like, I like that. I always have. And then obviously the rain and the darker days. I mean, I do actually, I've never been diagnosed with seasonal affective disorder ever. But I do think maybe bipolar and some other mental illnesses, like maybe the lack of vitamin D can sometimes cause, let's say, more depressive mood. I'm not sure. Because I actually prefer the darker days and the longer evenings and shorter days. I prefer all of that. But not every, but most springs and summers is actually when I'm manic. I think I've only ever been like properly manic maybe twice in my life in the winter, and it never started in the winter. It would have started in the spring and gone through like till then. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know if the sun triggers mania, or if the lack of sun triggers depression. I don't know. Maybe even both. You know, it could just be a combination of factors. Yeah. So I've already said I'm going to go. I think I will now. Chewed everybody's ear off for far too long. So I hope everybody is keeping well and making the most of the sunshine if you're having a summer where you are. Yeah, I mean, here it's just too hot to do absolutely anything. It really, really is. It's too hot to do anything other than have every fan on and all the doors open, all the windows open, and just sit there like, ugh, it's disgustingly hot. I feel awful. There's no breeze, and just moaning about how hot it is, like, for most of the day. Or at least a few points during the day, like, oh, it's so hot, I feel terrible. So, yeah. Well, take care, everybody. If you want to, you can like, comment, subscribe if you like to see more videos, or hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I do others. I usually do a video on a Wednesday, unless I'm really, really like feeling really, really, really crap, and I just no energy at all. Like, a few times, I think maybe 3 times, I have actually not been able to do it. I think one time I went a good few weeks where I just felt just so lethargic. I could barely even hold a conversation on the phone. Like, literally, it was that bad. Yeah, but ordinarily, yeah, I will do a video on a Wednesday, and I did for a little while do a couple on Saturdays, but that was only because there was a lot going on all at once, sort of medically, so that's why I was doing 2 videos at that point. But things have slowed down a little bit now, which I'm glad, because there are, you know, like, it was like back-to-back appointments. It was absolutely ridiculous. But at least this time round, things have been, I've been trying to plan like to have a couple of weeks break between everything, because like it was all too full on before, and I just don't have the energy for like all of that. It's just too much. So I'm trying to make it space things out a little bit more, spread things a little bit more evenly, so it doesn't all get on top of me again. Yeah, so like I said, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you like, and I will be here next Wednesday. Until then, take care, everyone, and enjoy your rest of the week and weekend. Bye for now.